What is the Derek Decatur story? What you're about to hear might actually surprise you about how this all started. Every night I would come home from work, come home from the gym, and I would stop at this little corner store and grab a 6-pack of dark beer. After a few months of that, I realized that it really hit me that I was going down a dangerous road. I didn't feel good. I didn't have energy. Maybe more than anything, I didn't like the parent that I was becoming. I knew I needed to make a change. I felt like I was a hypocrite. I owned a gym. I was a nutrition coach. But to be honest, I had spent the last 10 years with my priorities and my values just in a different space. I was focused on helping my gym members. I was focused on helping clients. I was focused on taking care of the gym's coaches. I was focused on providing for my family, things I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. I was being pulled in all these different directions by choice. I wanted to do these things, but I was neglecting my own health. And I was being hypocritical about what I was telling everyone else that they needed to focus on their own health, because when their health was good, when they felt good, the lives of those around them would be better. And for me, that is what I believed in, but I wasn't doing myself. And so I knew I needed to make a change. And one night I was sitting there and I was having my Black Butte Porter, and I realized this is ridiculous. Like, this has gotten to the point where it's either gonna change for the better or we're gonna go down this road for a lot longer. And I knew where that was going to end, and it wasn't going to end well. And so I knew I needed to make a change. I'd been there before, and I'm no different than many of the people I've talked with, many of my clients. We go in cycles, we go in waves. Everyone's life has its own chapters, and I came to terms with that. And I realized that no matter what was happening, no matter how I felt when I was sitting on the couch with that beer, I could start a new chapter. I also knew, and the part that I really loved is I enjoyed the challenge, and I hadn't felt that challenge in a long time. And that's what I love about fitness, and that's what I love about coaching, is that what we learn through the process of making these physical changes is so much more about the things we learn along the way. We overcome these problems and these issues and these hurdles that have held us back, and going through that, leaning into that, is what makes us better people. And there's fear in change, and I get that. The fear of having to make a change, the fear of looking at ourselves and saying, you know what I'm doing is not working. That alone, that self-reflection is difficult. And then to take it a step further and say, you know what, I need to make a change, and deep down knowing that to make a change means that I actually have to do things differently, that's hard. And that's scary. And leaning into that fear is probably the biggest initial hurdle I had to make and my clients have to make, is being okay with the fact that this is gonna be a challenge. You learn that you are capable. You learn that you do have that strength. You learn that you are emotionally tough, that you can break through these barriers and overcome these hurdles. That is where we become more than what we were. That's the fun part. That's the challenging part. That's what my motivation was. That is what I think is going to drive many of you to lean into that fear that I talked about, to lean into that fear of making a change and being okay with that fear.